So, the truth is, guys, I am an only child. And honestly, being an only child can be hard sometimes, especially when you're an adult, when you grew up to be an only child. The reason why I say this is that, when you're an only child, you knew how to be alone, okay? In my case, I was basically alone a lot. I had my own room, had my own things, and etc. When I was the only child, I loved having my alone time. I also, as an adult, since I live by myself, I love that. I love living by myself. I am in a relationship myself, but at the same time, we try to make things work. But again, we live separately, okay? And honestly, for me, being an only child, I love having my time alone, because I was so used to being alone during my whole childhood. And also, yes, sometimes it has its challenges where you have to share a space. Sometimes when you're traveling or you're spending the night over at their place or at your place, sometimes it can be challenging. Yes, being an only child and you're also dating somebody, has its like challenges. Sometimes you're gonna like really miss your own space. And that's why you gotta learn how to make it work with your partner. And I'm not saying every only child are like this because there are people that have been the only child and that want people around them. But for people like me, we are so used to having our own space that, sometimes like we just want to be alone. And honestly, I feel like it's probably just not an only child thing. I feel like there's people that have siblings and that are just like, yeah, I need my space. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like, everybody needs their space. And I feel like, when you have your own space, you get to know who you are as a person, as an individual. And honestly, when you have your own space, you're resting, you're healing, you're doing your own thing. You can like, it's more easier to think to when you have like alone time. And honestly, relationships are great, they're amazing, but I feel like everybody deserves alone time, okay? And honestly, like it's kind of like, for example, you have to learn how to enjoy your own company before you get to interact with others or have that dream relationship that you want to attract.